Okay, at this point in the course, I know that you have all already written your thesis statement. The ones that I have read so far look excellent. As you write your lit review, you will probably, and you should, make slight changes to your thesis, whether that be wording, formatting. You might change a little bit of the subtopics you want to go over. It will change because it's a working thesis. So I still want to go over the importance of having a good, strong thesis. I got this straight out of Canvas. One of the modules says thesis at the end of the intro. So that is where it'll be. The first time you just clearly state your thesis will be the very last sentence of your introduction, which states your main claim and lists all major headings in the paper exactly as they appear in the thesis. It must clearly follow the qualification, stance, and rationale format. Your main claim must be something that no one has ever claimed before. It must be persuasive and answer your research question. Okay, so really quick to go over qualification, stance, and rationale, QSR. This is a great professor, Professor Wood. She's the best. Qualification, acknowledges opposition. So basically states the problem. What is the issue? Makes a very narrow claim. So what are you arguing? What do you believe? What is your fix? What's your idea? And then rationale. What are the reasons for your argument? What are your reasons for what you're going to argue? So I'm going to quickly go over my thesis from when I took the course and show how I'm able to incorporate QSR and also have all of my level 1 headings, so my main headings, present in my thesis. So that is not my thesis. Okay, so here's my paper I wrote a few years ago, and I highlighted my thesis for this video. So it says, the binge and purge cycle, present in many eating disorders, causing many physical and psychological problems, may be caused by perfectionistic expectations in dieting and may be prevented by learning to eat intuitively at a young age. Current forms of treatment are not adequate in treating this severe disordered behavior. So that last sentence that's not highlighted, it's not highlighted because it's not part of my thesis. It's a heading sentence. So I wasn't able to fit every single one of my main headings in my thesis. So I added it in a cohesive and organized way. So I added a heading sentence. That's not ideal. If you can fit it all in your thesis sentence, you absolutely should. So qualification. So the issue. Clearly, the issue is the binge and purge cycle present in many eating disorders. It's obviously an issue. It states that it causes physical and psychological problems. Also, anyone who reads this paper should understand that any type of eating disordered behavior most likely is not good. It needs a fix. So, my stance. My stance is that the causes are perfectionistic expectations and dieting, and that because of those causes, we should be preventing the binge and purge cycle using intuitive eating. Here I wrote, eat intuitively at a young age. So my specific reasons, again, my specific reasons, perfectionistic expectations, dieting, and intuitive eating. So if you go through the rest of my paper, you can see my level 1 headings. First level 1 heading, binge and purge cycle explained. Clearly, I mentioned the binge and purge cycle as the very first portion of my thesis. My first level 1 heading, physical effects and current treatment. So you'll see in my thesis, my very next thing says causes many physical and psychological effects, and current treatment is not adequate. And my next level 1 heading is contributing factors and prevention. So in my thesis, I directly state contributing factors are perfectionistic expectations and dieting. And then I state that prevention is intuitive eating. And that's my final level 1 heading. So in my 1-sentence thesis, I was able to incorporate all 3 of my level 1 headings, all while following the QSR format. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Basically, you need to have your main argument. You need to have you need to have 3 main subtopics that support your argument, and those will be your level 1 headings. Let me know if you have any questions.